Okay.
Hello, everybody of ESCplus, all the viewers of this interview. My name is Denis, and I'm here with the beautiful Markéta, who is in the Czech national final this year, singing the song Happy. First of all, Markéta, can I ask you, how are you at the moment?
Hello, I'm very good. I feel very good. I'm in Prague, in my country. I live in Iceland actually, so it's nice to have been given this opportunity to come back and spend some time here. And I'm here with my sister, and we're hanging out and walking around. So I'm feeling very happy.
I think seen your sister in the background really quick.
Yeah,
Really
that was her.
nice. Really nice. So you say you live in Iceland normally, and that
Hmm.
you're glad to be back in the Czech Republic. What do you like about the Czech Republic the most?
Well, I feel like my roots are here, obviously, and I kind of feel that more and more as time goes by, and since having children as well, I sort of I'm more aware of it than I would have been before. You know, when I was younger, I was really excited to move somewhere else and try life in a
Mhm.
different country and different cultures, and I was excited to travel. And now when I return to Czech Republic, you know, I'm sort of aware of like this is where I come from. This place is part of me, and it's part of my children who are half Czech, half Icelandic. And you know, it kind of gains a new meaning. So I appreciate how much we love music, how much we love art and movies, how long a tradition we have of all those things in this country, you know. So and I always meet superbly nice people when I'm here, you know, very interesting people who have a lot to say and very creative. So yeah, that's what I like about Czech.
And did you move to Iceland for love, maybe?
Oh yeah. Is there another reason to move anywhere?
I was wondering, so I
Yeah.
was like, maybe I should ask.
Yeah, well, I did move to Ireland for love once as well, and then New York was more just sort of like, oh, I kind of found a kind of a family of a kind there. But Iceland was, yeah, it was for love. I went to make a record there, and my husband was the studio engineer in that session, and we just loved working together. We like spoke the same language, and then we realized we had feelings for each other. So we've been together 10 years now.
Okay, great, great to hear. Congratulations on the 10 years, of course.
Thank you.
Well, of course, let's talk about your entry in the Czech national final.
Yeah.
You're in the final with the song Happy. And what we have found out, like from the interview before you actually sang your song in the national final, um, that it came to you in a dream. Can you tell me more about the song Happy?
Well, Happy for me is a very simple song, in fact, you know, and I think it's honest about that. It isn't trying to be mysterious or complex really, because it's just about um happiness, but in the form of like the true happiness, in the same sense that you can say, you know, something is love, you know, there's love and then there's true love, you know, and those there can be many versions of what that simple word means for us. And so for me, happiness is something that comes from this inner sort of peace, you know. It's just from it's feeling content is the true
Mhm.
happiness, you know. It isn't something that's conditioned by a situation or a person or a thing. It's just a kind of a inner peace with whatever is happening,
Mhm.
and you can sort of feel that in any situation you're in, really, you know. Like, I mean, it takes practice, but if we were to practice that, like, we would reach a kind of deeper form of happiness, you know. And I actually I heard the other day on Instagram or somewhere, it was like I saw this kind of video of a Buddhist monk, and he was saying, you know, happiness isn't, happiness doesn't come from getting everything we want. Happiness comes from appreciating what we already have. And it was the perfect description of this song, you know. It's all about like, here I am. I don't know if how long this is gonna last or what to name it, but I feel happy, and I'm happy that I can share this moment with you. and it's just I don't need anything more than that at the moment. And I just thought it gives me a sense of joy when I kind of the feeling that I had in the dream is the feeling I get from the song. It's kind of identical, and it's just about that. I'm just so happy. Like, if you has it ever happened to you that you end up at a nice party or a gathering of people, and all of a sudden it just hits you like there's nowhere I'd rather be right now than right here,
Mm.
right now, and everything seems perfect for a moment in time. It's that kind of feeling.
Can I ask you a personal question? Are you happy at the moment?
Yes, I am very happy, and it's exactly that kind of happiness, just feeling very content in life. I have a beautiful family, I have a beautiful life in Iceland, and I get to make music and be creative. So I'm really just grateful for the kind of life I get to lead. And looking around me in the world, it's not a given.
Hmm.
There's all kinds of lives that people are leading, and not all of them are fun.
Hmm.
And so especially in these times, like I'm trying to make it a habit of
Hmm.
giving thanks for everything all the time, because I feel like it could just, you know, who knows what happens tomorrow.
Hmm.
So yeah, I feel like, and I really, really believe that, another thing I heard this week, and it's sort of tied in with the song, is that, world peace starts within you. It's like when you can be at peace, like if every one of us could just be at peace with ourselves, with our families, with that has an effect on the entire world. We think
Hmm.
that we feel so hopeless, like, and as a change we can affect in the world, but like if everybody in the world met in this place of just peace, I would just the world would be different for it. So
Hmm.
I really believe that in this kind of living your life almost as a kind of a practice of and I love connecting with people, and the older I get, the more I feel like we're just all connected. The world just shrinks, and you make these connections, and you're like, that can't be a coincidence, and that can't be like, and I
Hmm.
just now I see a face, and I hear a voice, and I kind of feel like, oh, there's a friend. It's not
Hmm.
the kind of term stranger doesn't really exist for me anymore somehow. So I really like that.
Hmm.
And I love that it's so much as well in this competition. Like, we're all sort of connected with our joy, like, for this competition, and
Hmm.
how fun it is to be a part of it. And so I speak with you, and just because of that connection,
Hmm.
we're already like, hey, how is it going?
Hmm.
And I
True.
just wish it could be like that all the
Hmm.
time with everything.
Yeah, and I really feel that the explanation of the song you're giving now really reflects in the song. Like when I heard it for the first time, I have to say that I listened to it over and over, and it gets me like really zen centered. There's like
Ah,
it's
good.
fairy tale like. I really like it, and yeah, it's like a river, a small stream that kind of floats over you. I really like it. Yeah, I
I'm
have to
so happy
say.
to hear it.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
What was your main reason to enter the Czech national final? Was there like a given to it? Was it like a mission of yours in life to represent the Czech Republic at one point? What was the reason?
Well, I did like the idea of making a connection with my country, and sort of come back with something, like present something that I could be like, it's almost just like, uh, because I'm not really a part of the musical scene, in Czech Republic, and I'm not really a part of the Icelandic one either, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of like, you know, I wanted to reignite that connection, because it means something to me, and I love the idea of being in touch with the people, here, organizing this and sort of making new friends. And to be honest, like, I don't know if this song is the best out of the five, to represent Czech Republic. Like, I don't know, because all the songs are great, and the thing is, like, I've already kind of achieved what I really wanted to achieve, which was to be a part of this,
Mhm.
to get to present the song, for it to find its way into the world, and anything else would be a bonus.
Mhm.
Um, so really, I kind of yeah, like even just speaking to you and hearing your
Mhm,
response to the song, I'm just kind of like, yeah, what I wanted has already happened. So it's
mhm,
a really nice thing to feel.
mhm. Okay, and it's part of the happy feeling. I'm guessing it's all part of it. Um, Best case scenario,
Hmm.
Markéta, you would make it onto the Eurovision stage in May. What would you want people to gather from your presence there?
I would like them to feel sort of lifted, to a feeling of like, that feel really nice. Yeah, just feel really at ease, because I'm aware that my music is not necessarily like, even this song is not like necessarily a Eurovision song, therefore it might not be sent onwards to represent Czech Republic. But it is my goal with all of my songs always to like give people a feeling of just well-being and just a little joy or a little love or a little whatever you need, in that moment to just kind of feel good with the world, in that moment. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'd like people to get. And the thing is, like, I love the big production of how you can make songs big on that stage in Eurovision. So I
Mhm,
mean, that's the exciting thing. That would be like to take a song and an act and to make it something that big, that would be
mhm,
something that would be a lot of fun, and that's something that I've never done before, you know. So I would really embrace that wholeheartedly. uh but yeah, we'll just have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Like
mhm,
I am just honored and happy to be here, and we'll see what happens.
mhm. We already talked about it a little bit off camera. You have won an Oscar. You've been nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Where do you see the Eurovision Song Contest fit in your career? Because I think for a lot of people, a lot of artists, you have reached like the highest form of awards already. Where does the Eurovision Song Contest come in there for you?
Um, well, it's kind of it would be a part of my story, it would be an amazing accomplishment, of course, to be part of something that big. It's totally different, sort of different thing than an award thing. I think, like, I don't think about it as an award, really more kind of just like, um, it's sort of, I feel like anything like this that involves cultures and countries, it sort of it strikes a chord within us with the whole like tribal energy, like which we all sort of have. And we feel it like when it comes to like football, or if there's like a world
Mhm,
championship, even people who don't normally watch football,
mhm,
they get hooked on that feel,
mhm,
and I feel the same thing happens with the Eurovision, and everybody sort of lifted to a higher place together for that time being. So, um, so for me, it would be a thing I would feel very proud of, and even just being able to be one of the finalists in Iceland last year and Czech this year is something that I'm very proud of. I don't take it as a failure, even not continuing to because like just achieving this, being your song being picked out of all those songs that are sent
mhm.
into the mix and being considered, is amazing. So, yeah.
I've been to the Eurovision Song Contest a couple of times. Luckily, not as a singer in my case, but as a reporter. And it can be a bit of a circus as well because it's huge, like you already mentioned.
Yeah.
Um, do you feel
Mhm.
prepared for that?
Uh, no, not at the moment, because I haven't allowed myself to think
Mhm,
that far, I really just wanted to take it sort of step at a time and not get
mhm,
ahead of myself. So, therefore, no, if I'm being honest.
mhm.
But of course, I would I would get ready for it very quickly, if that was the case. Uh, of course, there's no point otherwise than to just embrace these kind of experiences
Mhm,
wholeheartedly, which I would, of course, be prepared to do. And it would be, I've never been, even as
mhm,
a spectator. So I would imagine that it would blow anybody away, just
mhm.
the size of everything. And yeah, So there's a first for everything. Like this
Mhm.
would be a first for me as far as something like this goes. You know, I haven't even been to a football match kind of thing, you know. Yeah,
I love that you're being so down to earth about it and like really open to the experience. That's, I think it's a nice way to enter a competition like this.
thank
Um,
you.
Markéta, is there anything that we missed out on during this interview and that you really want to mention to the viewers of this interview?
Well, no, I think we covered everything, but obviously I'd like to say thank you for watching and for listening. You know, it's so nice to connect with you in this way, and whatever song you end up choosing to vote for, like I'll be so happy to see any of those amazing finalists at the Eurovision. So thank you, and sending you love and a little bit of happiness and joy today.
Really great. That is a great thing to conclude with, Markéta. Thank you for this interview, and maybe we see each other again somewhere in Eurovision lands.
Yeah,
The
I would
best of
love that. I
luck.
really enjoy talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.